Hey, what's up guys, Tactiholics here, and today we're breaking down another knife from Battle Blades. This is the Wolfhawk Strikar. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you have probably seen the original Battle Blades Wolfhawk video from a couple years ago, and certainly the more recent Wolfhawk Personal Defense or WPD neck knife. This is another great one coming from Kelly and Cammie Van Orden out of Battle Blades, produced by Tops Knives. Tops Knives is known for their quality. This carries just as much quality and reputation from Tops as you would ever expect, as well as the ingenuity and creativity from Kelly and Cammie Van Orden of Battle Blades. Let's break it down. The Battle Blades Strikar uses the same plastic sheath system that locks the knife into place as the original Wolfhawk, although you can see here that I have a nylon sheath. This is included with the new Strikar. It allows for molly webbing attachment, so you can run this on a plate carrier or a battle belt. You can put it on a backpack shoulder strap. Great versatile application system for military, law enforcement, outdoor enthusiasts, hunting, fishing, camping. It's a really versatile system here. Unfolding the nylon sheath will reveal the exact same Battle Blades sheath. This is a great system because no matter how you have the knife mounted or what you're doing with it, it will not fall out of the sheath because of these locking jaws right here. The way that you actually unlock the blade and remove it from the sheath is by pressing both on this joint here and the other joint. So you use your thumb and your forefinger by pressing right there. That opens up a gap and unlocks the knife. So you can see that this is your channel lock right there that actually secures it into the sheath, and it will not come out unless you apply the right amount of pressure, and it slides right out. Removing the knife from the sheath, the Strikar is a beautiful knife. It has a double edge on it. One side of the blade is flat, the other side has a little bit of contouring to it with what is commonly referred to as a blood groove or a fuller. We'll talk about this in a minute. Moving down the linen micarta handle, it's very good texture even without gloves on. You have a very deep channel lock here up by the finger choils of the knife that allow it to lock into the sheath securely. Some kind of jimping here near the rear of the blade, and an oversized pommel or glass break material, glass break device, which again is congruent with flat on one side and contoured on the other. This extended pommel and glass break can come into play as a defensive blunt force multiplier, or for obviously breaking glass or anything else you might need it for. Now, looking at the grind of the Strikar, it has a very shallow relief grind on the back side. You can barely even see where that edge was taken away to give it its sharpness. When you flip it over here on the flat side of the blade, it's got a beautiful edge to it. It's a high carbon steel blade. It's going to hold an edge very well and be fairly resilient to hard use, which is something that you might want for a rugged outdoor or tactical knife. Talking quickly on the fuller or the blood groove here, this is not actually designed for any type of blood channeling or blood removal, but what this comes from is the swords of medieval times and other times with swords that I don't know that much about. But what this does is reduces the weight of the knife, which a blade this small, it's not going to significantly enhance the weight or reduce the weight, I should say. But what it does is creates a couple different angle changes and different planes in there and significantly strengthens the blade. I could see that being, with my limited knife experience of building these things is next to none, but I could see that this could certainly work as an I-beam if you picture one of those and strengthen that blade, reducing your susceptibility to snapping it. Let's go ahead, toss it on a rifle, toss it on some other things using the new incorporated molly sheath and belt sheath system. We're going to stab some stuff up with it and see how it goes. Looking at the retention system of the sheath, this is actually the sheath for our original Wolfhawk. They send you with either the Wolfhawk or the new Strikar the rail mounting systems as well as the new molly sheath we'll touch on in a minute. But as I mentioned earlier, this knife will not come out, it won't fall out or get banged out of the weapon or out of the sheath when mounted to a weapon or any other piece of gear. What you need to do is simply apply that thumb and pointer finger pressure to these lock jaws of the sheath, and the knife slides right out. The knife can be reinserted to the sheath facing either direction. It doesn't matter, the sheath is universal with both the double-edged Strikar and the original Wolfhawk. We pulled out our dirty, old, used and abused, run hard and put away wet Wolfhawk. The thing still works, holds a great edge, you're able to resharpen it really well, so don't judge this book by its dirty cover. But using the same sheath system, the knives go in either direction, so you don't have to worry about one knife fits one sheath. It's a universal system here, furthering the versatility and the reasons for owning the Battle Blades equipment. As I mentioned before, one of the features that is new to the Wolfhawk Strikar system but can be applied retroactively to the original Wolfhawk is its new MOLLE compatible sheath. If you have a backpack or a plate carrier with MOLLE webbing on the shoulders, you can certainly attach it there, certainly attach it to a battle belt. What we've done here, just to kind of show it off, is put it on the couple rows of MOLLE that we have on the outside of the backpack. Now obviously putting a knife on your back or your backpack does increase the ability for someone to come up and take your knife, and then it's not yours anymore and you have a different problem. But again, thinking outside just this little box of tactical stuff, for backpackers, campers, and just outdoor hikers, you might carry already or be looking to carry a knife on your bag. You always have it when you're grabbing your stuff and taking off, so it's a really great system. Continuing to enjoy this MOLLE sheath in a variety of conditions, you can go ahead and loop it through any MOLLE system on a plate carrier, on the front of your magazines, you know, your chest, or the shoulder straps if your plate carrier has MOLLE compatible shoulder straps on top there. And it's just super easy access. You always have a knife right there. You know, mounting a knife to the chest of your plate rig or maybe the side panel of your plate rig or a cummerbund or battle belt can be something, you know, that you could use in a last-ditch scenario or a tactical application of that knife. So this is where the Battle Blades Strikar kind of branches over into the tactical market, aside from the backpacking or outdoor or hunting conditions that we looked at before. I did find that the overall length of the knife, it's probably somewhere around 8 inches, I'm guessing 8.5 inches. The way that I have everything else configured on this plate carrier, I was unable to comfortably and efficiently mount it to my chest or my magazines because it would have stuck up in front of those magazines or, you know, conflicted with my configuration here. So that might be something you have to play around with, you know, put it right next to your pistol holster or something like that. I mean, I'm really liking the stuff from Battle Blades. Now let's go ahead and get down to the nuts and bolts of it all and see if this thing can actually cut something. Thing opens up. Having that double edge lets you come one way, back across another way. It's really good for slashing in all directions. I mean, look at that, just a little nick there just rips this thing to pieces. Very similar to what you saw in our WPD video. You know, again, that's the Topps quality of putting a fine edge on a razor sharp edge on their knives, and the Battle Blades creativity of putting that dual grind on there and that oversized glass break that can be used as a blunt impact weapon. I mean, it's that easy. And there's some huge wound channels inside this thing. Just opens right up. That's good stuff. Who's hungry? So, the reality of the shooter's lifestyle is it's too cold and icy of snow out here to build a good sized snowman, but we wanted to try out this glass break as an impact device anyway, so we have a little tiny angry melon head. We're gonna go ahead and see what happens. works. Jumping back a couple years, our original Wolfhawk video generated more controversy than almost all of the other Tactiholics videos that we've done that I can recall right now. Reason being is we had the original Wolfhawk, as we now have the Strikar, mounted on the side of an AR-15. People said that that was tactical, that there was a ton of stuff on the rifle because it was, I don't, fill in the blanks, keyboard commando stuff. Really, this knife isn't on this gun or designed to be on any gun for a tactical purpose or just to load your gun up with unnecessary stuff. But one of the big selling points behind the Battle Blades systems is that it allows you to always have a knife on your gun. You don't have to remember one if you're a hunter. Why not carry a knife on your gun? And there's a lot of field applicability for things outside of this tactical market that everyone looks in. We focus heavily on tactical gear reviews here, but also outdoor survival, you know, maybe some camping stuff. There's plenty of versatility for the Battle Blades creations there. And I kind of wanted to clarify and reconnect on what this thing is all about. It's not there just to hang off your gun for no good reason. It's there for worst case scenario, maybe a bug out situation. You forgot to grab a knife. You might have broken another knife. Well, now you have one on your weapon system. Even though that might not be your primary application, I would still recommend getting your hands on one of these knives and just carrying it in some capacity because it is a very versatile and very field applicable tool. Well, there it is, guys. Another great knife coming out of the Battle Blades mines. Again, Kelly, Cammie Van Orden, thanks for sending us all these knives for testing. We really like what you guys are doing, and we really like the quality that Tops is producing and manufacturing your ideas with. The Strikar feels really good in the hand, just like the predecessor, the original Wolfhawk, just like the WPD. The micarta and G10 handles that you guys use work really well. It has good stick in the hand, even with gloves on, without gloves on. The glass break or that pommel on the back, as you guys saw, we took a bit of a humorous approach to it, but it really does work. You can absolutely shatter a car window out in a survival situation, or use it as a blunt force, you know, an impact force multiplier in a defensive scenario. Another thing I really like, and I was happy to see, is the Molly compatible sheath. Now, if you're creative enough, you can probably come up with some additional ways to mount the Battle Blades systems to any type of gear, or, you know, you name it. I mean, this thing is as versatile as your mind can make it be. But certainly being able to attach it to a rigger's belt, your chest, backpacks, rifles, shotguns, it's just, the sky is the limit, and I really enjoy that attention to detail and that open-mindedness because it brings a creative side to the market. We had a lot of fun cutting stuff, stabbing stuff, shooting with it on the gun. Hopefully we brought some clarification to the mindset behind the Battle Blade system to you guys. It's not just tactical, it actually works. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video and to our channels for weekly episodes on gun and gear reviews. We appreciate you watching, and stay tuned because we never quit. We found a tiny little evildoer.
You ate some seeds, didn't you?
No, it was like the outside.
Well, that works. Yeah.
I was kind of afraid of that.